Today we're going to talk about karma yoga. Which is really just your karma is your yoga. The karma that the soul accrues through lifetime after lifetime. Plus your karma which you have accrued in this lifetime. It's writ large in your incarnation. Your incarnation, including your father and your mother and your body and your friends, the people you meet in the street. And it's all your karma. It's all your, well, your karma is reflected in your motivations, which in turn are causing your perceptions. And your world is perceived by you. My world is perceived by me. Example, 4 people are riding in a car and they go through a village. First one is the driver, and he has his eye on the gas needle. And so he notes in the village there is a gas station. The second person is horny. So he or she notes the person under the bank clock who has a sexy demeanor. And the third person is hungry, and she notices a restaurant. And the fourth person is focused on God. And the fourth person just sees the manifestation of God. souls walking around. Now, did all of them go through the same village? They each had a different karma. They'll bring to this situation. There's a story in the East. People arguing about what an elephant is. The people are blind, and the blind people argue. One says, it's very much like a snake. No, says the other one. It's very much like a wall. Third one says, I am afraid you're wrong because I think it's a tree. Because each of them touched a very different part of the elephant. You and I are spiritual beings. We are souls. We have gone through many incarnations. And then before this one, we met with the being of light, the Atman. And we saw all our past karma. And then we designed this incarnation. Designed so that we can maximize the karma yoga. And karma yoga is it's learning how to act without being attached to the fruits of the action. Like I may go to the doctor in the car. Now I can either go with my mind set on the doctor, or I can just be here now. be here just with the trees, with the ocean and with all the things around me. I can meld into the manifestation of God just in the trip. I can do that trip as an offering to God. To my Guru. Karma Yoga is taking my life and offering it to my Guru. I can surrender my motives, all the individual things. Or I can just become like a tree. Just be part of nature. This allows me to surrender to God. I can make my life, all the experiences of life, stepping stones to merge with the One. Like in relationships, I've performed weddings, and I suggest to the bride and groom that they think of a triangle: the bride, the groom, and then as they become one, they go up the sides of the triangle, and they go closer and closer, closer to each other. And when the love is complete in the top of the triangle, the isosceles, there is God. There is God. The relationships. My father was commenting on a project my group was doing, and he was concerned that it was costing so little money for the people to buy it. And he said, you could charge a hell of a lot more for this project. And I said, you know, your fees as a lawyer are astronomical. How, last week, when you did some law work for Uncle Henry, did you charge him of? No. No, he said. After all, he's Uncle Henry. I said, well, I live in a world with everybody is Uncle Henry. Everybody's family. That's karma yoga. In India, once I was invited to a man invited me to his birthday. And he said, take to the phone, he said, we'll be leaving around 9 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't figure it out. He came to pick me up with all his family. In a big car. And he drove to a very poor part of town. And then we went to an ashram for the poor. And they opened the trunk of the car, and there were pots of food. And the family, including the children and all of his wife, and they were ladles, ladling out all this food to these poor people. Me, I had a ladle too. Then as we went away, he said, isn't that a wonderful birthday? Here, this is behind me is Hanuman. He's a karma yogi, and he's the screen is, and he's also a bhakti yogi. He loves Ram. He does his service to Ram out of love. He does what a monkey does. That's his karma. But he does it all for Ram. Ram, Ram, Ram. each action in your life, you have re-perceive. You don't see that action as an individual and getting a payoff for the action. Like, I'll eat, but I'm eating for my guru. I'm eating not for yum yum yum. Although I do yum yum yum, because that's the role. A good eater yum yums. Karma yoga isn't hard. It merely means you think of God when you're going, your life goes on. I've been working with two planes of my consciousness. The plane at which I am ego, 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 and I'm body, body, body. That's one plane. And the other plane, I'm a soul. And when I'm a soul, I walk through the city and see souls, because a soul sees souls. When I'm a soul, I can communicate directly with Maharaji, who is now a soul. When I'm a soul, I can do one of the things Maharaji said, Ram Dass, love everybody. I can't do that as an ego. So when I'm walking down the street or rolling down the street these days, it's like I'm in a magical space, souls all around. And when I'm seeing another individual as a soul, I am helping God with that individual, because they may not be living their life as a soul. and my consciousness reflects for them their souls. And that there I am walking down the street and I'm helping God. So may I suggest that you use your life to help God. You use your life to be with God. You use your life as karma. It's karma, your karma, and your karma is your yoga. Namaste.